guys, welcome back to Tax Q&A. In today's video, I'll be answering the most asked questions about the National Pension System, NPS. Let's get started. NPS is a retirement savings scheme offered by the government to help Indian citizens secure their financial future. As the name suggests, it allows you a regular pension after you retire. Today, it's one of the most popular retirement savings option out there with almost 1.88 crore subscribers. But here's how it all began. Earlier, pensions were mostly limited to government employees, which made government jobs a hit for the financial security they provided after retirement. But over time, the traditional pension system, which promised a fixed income, became a heavy burden on government coffers. It was clear that this model wasn't sustainable in the long run. So, the Vajpayee-led government introduced NPS as a new approach. It replaced the fixed pension with a contribution-based model. This meant that both the employee and the government contribute regularly towards the employee's retirement fund. These contributions are invested in various market-linked financial instruments, and this fund becomes a source of regular pension income on retirement. This was in 2004, when NPS was just introduced for government employees. Later on in 2009, it was open to all Indians. Well, almost everyone. Whether you're a salaried employee, self-employed, or even someone without a fixed income source, you can invest in NPS as long as you're an Indian citizen, be it a resident, NRI, or an overseas citizen of India between 18 to 70 years old. Even investments for minors can be made under the NPS Vatsalya scheme. However, HUFs are not eligible to open an NPS account. NPS invests your money in a mix of equity and debt options, spreading it across 4 asset classes: E, C, G, and A. E is equities, where a portion goes into stocks to give your money the potential for higher returns, though with a bit more risk. C, corporate bonds, which are issued by companies. They are generally more stable than stocks but offer moderate returns. G is government bonds. This is mostly the safe and stable option which has the lowest risk but also generally lower returns. Lastly, A is alternative investments, which include REITs, InvITs, etc. These are a bit more riskier and offer moderate returns. You can choose how much of your money goes into each option, or you can let NPS handle it with an auto choice option that adjusts your portfolio based on your age. As age increases, your exposure to equity and corporate debt tends to decrease under auto choice. Depending upon your risk appetite, there are 3 different options available within auto choice: aggressive, moderate, and conservative. Aggressive would allocate more to equities, while conservative would lean more towards government securities. Even though it's regulated by the Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority, PFRDA, NPS isn't a fixed income instrument. Your money in NPS is invested in market-linked instruments like equities, bonds, and more, which means there's always some level of risk involved. That said, this risk tends to reduce when you invest it over a long period, which is usually the case with NPS since it's a retirement-focused scheme. By staying invested until retirement, you give your money more time to grow and even recover from market cycles and fluctuations. So yes, NPS offers you 2 types of accounts, Tier 1 and Tier 2. Tier 1 is a mandatory account if you're opting for NPS. Tier 2, on the other hand, is voluntary. The funds in a Tier 1 account are mostly locked until you reach 60, although there are a few conditions under which you can make partial withdrawals. There's a minimum contribution of ₹1,000 per year, and it also comes with tax benefits. Tier 2, on the other hand, is more flexible. It's an optional account and there's no lock-in period. You can withdraw money anytime you need. Now, both Tier 1 and Tier 2 let you choose how your money is allocated across options like equities, corporate bonds, and government securities. So, if you're looking for a dedicated retirement fund with tax perks, Tier 1 is your go-to. But if you want flexibility and easy access to your money, Tier 2 is the better fit. Of course, the tax benefits. This is also probably the most common reason why people start investing in NPS. If you invest in NPS, these are the deductions you can claim. Section 80C deduction. You can claim a tax deduction of up to Rs 1.5 lakhs under Section 80C for your NPS contributions. However, this is part of the overall 80C limit, so it includes other things like ELSS and PPF as well. As many people tend to exhaust this limit, NPS stands out because it offers an additional deduction which is under Section 80 CCD 1B. Here you get a deduction of Rs 50,000, which is over and above the 80C limit. Third, if your employer contributes to NPS on your behalf, you can claim the Section 80 CCD 2 deduction as well. There's no upper monetary limit on this, and you can claim a deduction of up to 10% of your basic salary. This limit extends to 14% for government employees and for those who opt for the new tax regime. Not entirely. However, a major portion of it is. Upon retirement, you have the option to withdraw up to 60% of your corpus, and this amount is tax-free. The remaining 40% goes to an annuity plan, and the monthly pension you receive from this is taxable as per your applicable slab rate. An annuity is a financial product that turns a lump sum amount into a regular income stream. This is typically provided by a life insurance company. When you buy an annuity, you're basically giving a portion of your NPS corpus to an insurance company. And in return, they promise to pay you a fixed amount regularly, monthly, quarterly, or annually for the rest of your life. With NPS, it is mandatory for you to put at least 40% of your corpus into an annuity plan to ensure a steady pension post-retirement. As much as you want. Look, the more you invest, the higher would be your corpus and so would be your pension amount. It depends on a few factors though. Your NPS corpus. This is the total amount accumulated in your NPS account by the time you retire. Now, bigger the corpus, the higher your pension. It depends on how much and how long you invest along with your portfolio allocation. Annuity portion. At least 40% of your corpus must be used to buy an annuity, though you can choose to allocate more. A higher annuity portion increases your pension payout. Type of annuity plan. Different annuity plans offer different payouts. For example, some plans pay a fixed amount for life, while others provide payments that increase over time or even extend benefits to your family after you. And lastly, annuity rate. The insurance company you choose to buy the annuity from will have specific rates for converting your corpus into a monthly pension. These rates depend on factors like your age and the type of annuity plan you select. To give you a rough idea, let's say you have an NPS corpus of Rs 1 crore at the time of retirement, and you choose to invest 60%, which is Rs 60 lakhs in annuity. If the annuity rate offered by the provider is 8% per annum, the annual payout would be 8% of Rs 60 lakhs, which is Rs 4.8 lakhs. Dividing this into monthly payouts gives you a pension of Rs 40,000 per month. See, this entirely depends on what your goal is with this specific investment. If the goal is solely retirement planning, NPS might be a better choice. I'll explain why I'm saying this. Suppose you're 25 years old and you invest 100 rupees in PPF, where average interest is 8%. You will get Rs 1,479 rupees by the time you turn 60. Whereas if you invest the same amount in NPS, which averages at around 10%, it would give you rupees 2,810 rupees after 35 years. Now, many people say that PPF lets you withdraw the entire corpus tax-free, whereas in NPS, you can withdraw only 60%. However, the 60% portion of the NPS corpus amounts to rupees 1,686, which alone is greater than PPF's entire corpus. So, if lock-in is not an issue and you plan to stay invested till retirement, NPS may be more beneficial. But then NPS returns are market-linked and hence not 100% risk-free. So, if you're looking for a fixed income instrument and have a low-risk appetite, you can opt for PPF. Though NPS has a lock-in till retirement, you can withdraw funds before maturity if you have been investing for at least 3 years. There are a few conditions though. You can withdraw up to 25% of the contribution in NPS, but this does not include the amount contributed by your employer. You can withdraw up to a maximum of 3 times during the entire tenure. Lastly, the funds can be withdrawn only for specific reasons like medical emergencies, marriage, or higher education for children, buying a house, etc. This was about partial withdrawals. If you wish to exit NPS before the age of 60, you can do that as well. However, you can withdraw 20% of the corpus as lump sum and the remaining 80% should be used to purchase an annuity. But if your total corpus is less than rupees 2.5 lakhs, this rule does not apply and you can withdraw the entire amount. Yes, a few changes were announced recently to enhance the NPS scheme. Some of the recent changes include launch of the NPS Vatsalya scheme that allows investments for minors, increased deduction for employer contribution from 10% to 14% of an employee's salary under the new tax regime. SLWs or systematic lump sum withdrawal plans are introduced. Under this, you can plan to withdraw the 60% lump sum in installments instead of taking out the entire amount at once. The amount you receive here remains entirely tax-free. Previously, if you chose to invest 75% of your NPS contributions in equities, this exposure would gradually decrease by 2.5% every year after you turn 50 to reduce risk as you approach retirement. Now, this reduction is no longer mandatory. You have the flexibility to maintain the full 75% equity exposure until you turn 60. And I guess we've covered it all. If Google search is too much work for you and Quora is full of opinions, then you should check out Tax Q&A, where you can toss questions and our tax experts give quality answers. And hey, don't forget to like and subscribe so you do not miss out on what's coming next. Catch you in the next one.